Hey guys, so today we're going to go over the rest of Urza's journey, and this is the Urza's Destiny set. This is the first time they introduced foils, so I'm going to show you the foil set, which I've also completed. I'm kind of rediscovering them all with you again. As I said with Urza Saga, I haven't gone over these in a little while, and it brings me a lot of joy to share it with you. Arena Rector is one of the staples of this set. It's very played, and what a gorgeous card. I'm just going to take it out real quick so you can see. I just love this original art. It's really fun to share. I am big on set collecting, as if this is the first time you see a video of mine. This is the pre-release at the time. You can see May 29th, 1999. And then this is the non-pre-release foil. That were the same art back in the day. Now a lot of the buy a box or pre-release cards have alternate art. And yeah, so let's get going. I love completing full sets. What I was saying and keep saying in a lot of my videos is that I really love seeing the whole story and having everything kind of put together. Here we have two really important cards, which are Opalescence and Replenish. They're quite expensive to get and a progressive and slow hunt. Here on the back you'll see some of the doubles that I have, because if I have them, I'll fill up front and back. I'm gonna keep reiterating again what my process is. I usually try and just buy the bulk first. I get that out of the way because it's just cheaper, and I can get larger portions, maybe complete 60, 70, 80% of the set all at once, and it's really difficult to do even with these old foil sets. So I try to get the cheap ones out of the way, or the cheaper ones out of the way, and then slowly save and progressively work my way up to the more expensive cards, which I sometimes have to do partial trades or go for auctions. And there are better times and worse times to buy cards, and so I have to pay very much attention to that when I'm trying to pull the trigger on a set. Bubbling Beebles, always fun to look at. Donate. I was always obsessed with drakes, because, you know, drakes and dragons back in the day. This is one of them. I just love the art. I don't think it's worth anything really, but to me the art is really stunning. My sister and I would try to teach her how to play, and she would just want the pretty ones. Rain and Opposition are important cards here. It took quite a while to get these old sets all foiled up, and I'm really happy when I get to complete them and share them. Thieving Magpie and Treachery, of course. Temporal Adept, which was reprinted many times. Carnival of Souls, Encroach. If anyone watching this video was playing at this time, I'd love to know what kind of decks you were building. We were aware of the Phyrexian threat, which is very relevant today. Phyrexian Monitor, Phyrexian Negator for 3/5/5. But yeah, this one's awful. Whenever it's dealt damage, you have to sacrifice a permanent for each damage done to it. So if you can find a way to gift it to your opponent, maybe, and then just, I don't know, bolt it. Yeah, there are weird ways to go about it. I'd love to know in which decks it's even played. I'm not that acquainted with that. Covetous Dragon. This needs to be played in an artifact-based deck, because if you don't have artifacts, you have to sacrifice it. Beautiful art, great cards. And I'm just happy to share them with you. I'm going to be reviewing sets and kind of going over my collection to kind of make a record for myself and to share it with anyone that may be interested in having a look in them, and talk about the process, what was easiest, what was hardest, what I enjoyed about the set. And for me, I think I completed this one, at least the foil version, much later in life. So it's really about appreciating the old art. Today we have like 150 versions for everything, and at this time all we had was regular and foil. And so for me, seeing just that, simply put, is really cool and beautiful. Like Emperor Crocodile, Ancient Silverback, Pattern of Rebirth, which was reprinted in the Ultimate Masters, I think. Raphaelos, that's a special legend. There we go. Add 1 green mana to your control. For all the forests, this is basically Gaia's Cradle, huh? Works perfect in all these elf decks. Thorn Elemental, I remember the one from 7th edition that every one of us had. At the time, if you played in 7th edition, you would get the Thorn Elemental foil and I think one of the welcoming packs or decks or something like that. It's the most common foil from that set. Taunting Elf, Yamivaya, and then we enter the land of the artifacts with, I think, the most expensive card of the set in foil. Maybe this one. I think it's the Metal Worker, which went through a buyout, I think, last year. I was lucky to get this on the cheaper side because this is one of the early cards that I got. Masticore. Then obviously the Incubator, Thran Dynamo. I think it's the first time we see it. And of course, Yavimaya Hollow. These lands are just beautiful. And I don't know, there's really something about the art that does it for me. Yep, I love these old cards. Thran Foundry, Storage Matrix, and there are no lands here because they were in the Urza Saga. So these are one of the small sets, 143 cards. It was very common and regular at the time. There were, it was 3 set blocks, and we'd have smaller sets, and made it a little easier to collect, and I'm very grateful for that, because today most of the sets are larger with many variants, but then of course the price doesn't hold, and the collectability is very different. So this is just a simple little run through over the set, and also want to share these gorgeous binders with you. These are collectible in themselves, and yes, I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know what your favorite cards were, what decks you may have played, and whatever you'd like to maybe discuss or hear about for the next set review, which will be Urza's Legacy. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll chat about that one. Have a good day.